Hey y'all! Today, I want to tell you about a real intense part of the Civil War called, a very bloody affair. I'll do my best to share the story of all the fightin' and bleedin' that went on during this crazy time. So, picture this. It's the early days of the Civil War, and both sides are raring to go. The Union Army from the north and the Confederate Army from the south were ready to duke it out on the battlefield. One of the biggest battles during this time was the First Battle of Bull Run. It happened in Virginia, and let me tell you, it was a real mess. Both sides thought they were gonna win easy, but things didn't go as planned. The fightin' was fierce, with guns blazin' and cannons furrin' left and right. Soldiers were marchin' and shoutin', and it was chaos all around. Bullets were flyin' through the air, and the ground was shakin' from all the cannons goin' off. But here's the thing, it wasn't just a quick fight. Nope, it went on for hours and hours. The Union Army thought they had the upper hand at first, but then the Confederate Army rallied and pushed them back. It was a real back-and-forth struggle. And let me tell ya, there was a whole lot of bloodshed. Soldiers from both sides were getting hurt and killed. It was a real tragedy. Families back home were waiting anxiously for news, hoping their loved ones were okay. Another big battle during this time was the Battle of Shiloh. It happened in Tennessee, and it was another bloody affair. The fightin' was brutal, with both sides giving it their all. The Union Army ended up winning, but not without paying a heavy price. Thousands of soldiers lost their lives, and the wounded were everywhere. It was a real sight to behold, and it showed just how terrible war can be. Families were devastated by the news, and communities mourned the loss of their brave men. A very bloody affair, shows us the true cost of war. It ain't just about the fightin' and the glory. It's about the human lives caught in the middle. It's about the sacrifices made by soldiers who believed in their cause, fighting for what they thought was right. So, when you hear about a very bloody affair of the Civil War, remember the bravery and the tragedy that came with it. It's a reminder of the high price that was paid for our freedom and the importance of working towards peace and understanding. That's the story of a very bloody affair during the Civil War, y'all. It was a time of fightin' and bleedin', but it also showed the resilience and courage of the people who lived through it. Let's never forget their sacrifice. If you've been enjoying the thrilling content we've been bringing your way, then you won't want to miss out on what's coming next. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and become part of our fantastic community.